Even at 8,400 feet, I still couldn't quite grasp what I had done. I stood there watching this vast city spill out into the Andes, cold air filling my lungs, my hands a little shaky as I turned my camera horizontal for the first time, and suddenly reality sort of set in. I was so far from home. And even though I had only packed a carry on, the weight I was carrying still felt pretty heavy. Cuenca itself felt almost unreal. Cobblestone streets, old buildings, mountains tucked behind everything. It really had this tiny fairy tale quality to it. And as I started walking, I remember all the times I questioned this trip. That constant back and forth between wanting to move forward and remembering everything I had left behind. It was getting loud in my head. And how do you quiet something that's loud? For me, you have to go somewhere louder. The 10 de Agosto market was a boiling pot of everything. 4 floors of everyday life happening fast and slow at the same time. I'm forever captivated by markets. You can't recreate that energy anywhere else. The smells, the people, the noise, the chaos. And somehow, for once, I found it soothing. Or maybe I just needed to be overwhelmed by something other than my own thoughts. As with any trip, I make it a point to participate in the local culinary scene. Whether I embrace it or not, this time hornado was the unexpected highlight. Slow roasted pork served with curtido. This bright acidic salad of red onion, tomatoes, cilantro, and lime. I called it a pork ceviche, and after 15 years of barely touching pork, I figured this was as good a way as any to break the streak. As the Vesi kept pouring her love into the food, I asked for motillo, a traditional cuenca breakfast made with eggs, mini corn, and spices. Nothing fancy, just warm, comforting food that fills your belly, and somehow your heart too. Qué rico. ¿Está bien? ¿No le falta sal? No, está bien así, gracias. And as one does after eating a lot, I started walking, which eventually brought me here. The Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, better known as la Catedral de la Inmaculada Concepción. I heard you could climb up to the dome, so I happily paid my $2 and started walking. And somewhere around the middle, I realized there were 165 steps, which felt like information I probably should have had beforehand. Esto es con la altura. Escalón 134. Tranquilo. But I made it. And standing up there, looking out over the city, there was this little moment of satisfaction. I made it to the top. Luckily for me, Cuenca seems to have a remedy for everything, including heartbreak. Agua de pitimas is a traditional herbal drink made with flowers and herbs, and it's been part of Cuenca's traditions for generations. It is said to calm the nerves, and apparently it can help with heartbreak too. The idea is that you drink it by the fountain and eventually perhaps you find a new love. We'll see about that. But una foto del que quiero que me aparezca. Sí, decretarlo. Decretarlo. Kim Taeyong, if you're watching, let me know. And as we kept walking through Cuenca, I made an executive decision. We are eating cuy. This is a traditional Ecuadorian dish, deeply woven into the country's history and celebrations. How could I skip it? It took a minute to get past the fact that it looked exactly like the animal, but once you get past that, crisp skin, tender meat, and a surprisingly mild flavor. It was really just a tiny feet on the head that kept reminding me what I was eating. So, 6 out of 10 for the emotional experience. While Cuenca feels almost fairy tale like, Cajas, about an hour away, invites you to feel very small. And standing there looking out at all that space, my problems suddenly seemed very small too. For a moment, there was no life I wanted to run away from, no reality I needed to confront, no future I needed to figure out. I was just there, breathing in that crisp, cold air, watching the rain move across the mountains, letting the world be enormous around me. Cuenca, your colors, your people, your mountains, your streets, you invited me to adventure further than I thought I could. And maybe by getting so far from home, I am finally starting to get a little closer to myself. So thank you.